All right, so this month is, we're still focusing on our intention. So last week, we talked about the difference between intention and a goal. Today, I had this thought about an agenda. And so I have sometimes when we hear the word agenda, we have a negative feeling about it. I do anyway, when I think about like, oh, this person has an agenda, you know what I mean? Or something like that, right? It feels like I'm going to be manipulated somehow if I get that sense. And that's my not trusting side of myself sometimes, Ooh, I feel like this person has an agenda. My girlfriend told me a really funny story. She was in the grocery store and some woman came up to her just randomly and was talking about how much money her friend makes at this business and her husband is ready to quit his job. And so what does that sound like to everybody? It's like there's a multi-level marketing thing or something like that on the other side of that, right? That they're trying to like get her into. And so she knew it was happening. She made up this big story. I was laughing so hard when she said, she's like, I just told her that I travel all around the world already, and I have a home in, other countries, and my husband's a consultant, and we are all over the place, and I just don't have any time for anything. So anyway, so that person had an agenda, right, with her, and then, I was thinking about the fact that I have an agenda that I have to create for a meeting and coming up later on this month, and then that's different, right? Because now that's this process of like making sure that things are established in a nice, succinct manner that gives everybody a feeling of safety and flow and continuity so that they know what's happening and what's coming up. So that's different, right? That's really nice sounding. So then we have these things. So it's like we have all of those things are working towards some form of a goal, whether it be an agenda, whether it be a goal, or it's an intention. And so as we are working more in this word intention, like we talked about last week, it's a little bit softer, I feel. Like just the word intention feels softer to me than goal or agenda, right? It does. And it feels a little bit more pliable too. An intention feels like there's some space for some wiggle room in it. I can modify things and based off of what comes up if I'm still hitting my core intention for things. So today is 999, and this year, the theme for the entire year is completion, because we've got 2025, and if you know anything about numerology, you have 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9, and 9 is completion. And then today is September 9th, so it's 999. So what does that mean? Like, what's that?
Adding all those numbers still.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Huh.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
All day, which is awesome at your time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, so this is a really cool time for us to be able to kind of have an intention of where we would like things to go. This day, with all of those 9s, is never going to happen again in our lifetime. Do you know what I mean? So that's really cool. And then it's like, oh, if I had a birthday wish, what would I wish for? If I had that magic lamp, what would I hope for? So we have, that's where we need to start to kind of look at things from a way that's, like I had said, all these other keywords that I had said. How do we look at things softly? How do we look at things in a way that is really for the betterment of ourselves and everybody, right? So, going back to my girlfriend that was hit up by this person in the store, sometimes people really think, oh, I'm offering you this great opportunity, but there's always a little something in it for them, somewhere along the line. And so is there a way that we can offer like this expansion of our heart in a way that we are giving goodness and grace and love to all beings so that everybody can be happy? What do I want for myself? I used to teach the 4 steps of karma pretty religiously a few years back, and then I got away from it. But I feel like today's a good time to kind of reintroduce it just a little bit. How do I generate the things I want in my life? Number 1, I have to know what I want. Number 2, I have to find somebody else who wants the same thing. Number 3, I have to help them consistently. And then number 4, I need to reflect on those things that I did for that person. And then it's like just making popcorn in the microwave. There's just like so much of it, you can't even imagine. It just keeps coming and going and multiplying. So that's how we generate karma for ourselves. So if you hear that and you listen to that and you slow it down, it's like, what am I really saying there? I'm saying that if I want peace and love in my life, I need to find another person who wants peace and love in my life. And everybody wants peace and love in their lives. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I can then share with them on a consistent basis something loving, something peaceful. And then the ricochet effect of that, the merit that I create by doing that, gives me karma back, which is more peace and love in my life. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Easy.
We have a full room.
We have a full room of it. Yes, we do. It's beautiful. So it's not as hard as you think. And you can do this with everything. You can do this with, like, if it's your job, if it's your relationship. So let's say that your relationship is wonky and things are not going the way that you would like them to. Just find another person that's got a wonky relationship. Don't commiserate with them. That's not the same thing. Okay? Commiserating doesn't create more peace and joy. When you find somebody and they're commiserating with you, that's when you go, ooh, something about this ain't right. Like I'm going, and so, but when you find somebody who's like uplifting, or you say, oh, I'm having those same experiences. Let's maybe look at that from a different side. Let's look at it from a more loving side. Let's look at it, how can we look at this from a loving side? And encourage that, right? Encourage the loving side instead of the commiserating side, And it really can be that simple, but you just have to surround yourself with the right people. That's really all that matters. That's why we have this place. We have this place so that everybody can surround themselves with the right people. Yay. We all win the prize because we're here. Okay. So as we go in today to our meditation, I want you to just kind of think. All you have to do is just kind of like sit with this for a minute and then think, if I'm going to close the door on one thing and open the door on something else, what is that? Am I closing the door on negativity and opening the door to possibility? Am I closing the door on the itty bitty crappy committee that exists in my head and opening the door to like wonderment and exploration? Okay, so just like keep it like that. Don't go into money and don't go into relationships and don't go into, because that stuff is like, who cares? Do you know what I mean? Like everybody talks about that crap. We don't need to talk about that crap in here. We talk about the possibility, the creativity, the joy, right? Because once you have that, and I can feel it all through my body, it's like once we have that, then we're able to do anything. And then the right things draw into our world. So think along those lines, if possible, okay? Then you'll have enough money, then you'll have the partner, then you'll have the, okay, easy peasy. All right. Okay, so let's all go ahead and sit up nice and straight. And then just settle in. It's nice if you can sit up nice and tall. It's nice if you can try to draw your head back a little bit so that you can feel this line going down from your head to your heart to your lower pelvis and then right down into the cushion or the chair. You can have your palms face up, you can have them face down, you can put them in your lap if you choose to. Left hand under right if you're feeling more feminine energy, right hand under left if you're feeling more masculine energy. And we all have both. So whatever feels good to you, just go there. And then loosen up your face a little bit. You know, sometimes it's nice to even just like wiggle your eyes around and then just let them fall down gently. Loosen up your jaw a little bit, and your tongue a little bit. A little smile on the face is also helpful, but don't feel like you have to grin like a Cheshire cat or anything, just soft. And making sure that your teeth are not touching is important. And then after you have those body mechanics set up, the next thing to focus on would be your breathing. So it's nice to draw your focus and your attention to the tip of your nose. Feel the air coming in and out. Be really aware of it. For those of you that have been here for the last few months, go back to that like richness of enjoying each inhale and each exhale. Notice the quality of the inhale. Cold, a little bit dry. Notice the pause before you go into the exhale. And then notice the quality of the exhale. More moisture, more warmth. Is there a pause at the bottom before you go back to inhale? Take that same awareness now and go to the back of your throat and be really aware of the quality of the breath at the back of your throat. And then even noticing how you may have not been aware of what's happening in the back of your throat until you brought attention to it. And finally, now settling into the chest and really experiencing the quality of the breath with the expansion of your lungs and your diaphragm and the contraction of it. And if it's accessible to you, notice all three parts: the nose, the throat, lungs. So today is a day of deep transformation, and those happen in different sizes and shapes and colors and frequencies and vibrations. Some are noticeable and big, and some are a little bit more elusive and seem small. But sticking with our theme of this intention and how we want to take the energy of this day and bring our attention to it as we allow ourselves to imagine. Perhaps it's harmony. Perhaps it's peace. Perhaps it's joy, tranquility. Whatever word vibrates with you and feels right to you, I would invite you to grab onto it. Now, as you settle in with this keyword, setting this proper intention for yourself today, that you will shift your vibration to match that. Envisioning yourself feeling that whatever it was, peace, tranquility, harmony. And this is the object of your meditation for the next little while here. You don't have to see yourself doing anything. You don't have to see yourself in action. Just being in that space. And if your mind travels and loses that object of you in that vibrational frequency that you're choosing, give yourself tons of grace and just find it again and lock back onto it. Almost like you're in a staring contest with yourself in that state. So this is your opportunity tonight to really hone in on the discipline of your mind, and especially for those of you that have come to these meditations and have a practice at home, and take that skill that you've been developing and give yourself the best gift you could possibly give yourself. So just treat it as it's special, and if you get distracted, it's okay. Just go back to that frequency. Now, seeing yourself in that state, envision another person that you care about, that you know would benefit from exactly what you hoped for yourself. And see them there with you. Seeing yourself so radiant and filled up with this frequency and vibration. And then just like a beautiful diamond coming out of the heart, envision that diamond coming out and resting right in the other person's heart. See their body fill up with that same joy, and just take some time to look at them with no reward, no expectation, just watching them be filled with that same beautiful vibration that you hoped for yourself. Now take a moment to really feel what's going on in your own chest, your heart, your throat, your forehead, top of your head, solar plexus, down in your belly, all the way down to your root. Feel what's going on inside of your body. And remember this good feeling that's running through your body, and allow that to be your intention for the remainder of this week or forever. So we can start to bring a little bit of movement back into our body. And open up your eyes when you're ready. Okay, everybody. So it really, I've been thinking a lot about this, and when I took over ZenLife in 2020, it was during the pandemic. And bless Linda's heart, she worked so hard to develop ZenLife. And then when the pandemic hit, she just couldn't, it was so hard on so many business owners, and she couldn't do it. And so I just happened to be in a really weird position in my life that everything worked out exactly the way it was supposed to, and so I'm here. And I was thinking today, my girlfriend and I, we were talking about, she goes cold plunging. She lives up in Utah, and she goes cold plunging in the river there all the time. She was like thinking, I wonder what the river would say about me, like as I'm there kind of purging all of my stuff. And then I thought, I wonder what my bicycle seat would say about me, because I ride my bike every day, and it's like my dumping of everything, right? And I'm on a dorky beach cruiser. Like, I'm old now, so I have to have a dorky beach cruiser. I can't ride a bike that like a hunch over anymore because it hurts my back too much. So now I'm like on this beach cruiser, but I still go as fast as I possibly can in my 7 speeds. And so with my basket on the front and my bell, ding, ding. But it was like, what, and I thought it would say I try hard. And not try hard in the sense of like I'm trying too hard, but like I just try hard. Like, things are important to me, and I try hard. And when I took over ZenLife, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to try hard to make a difference. And every day that I come into work and I look at people and I see these amazing people in my life, I'm like, it's happening. Like, I'm making a difference. It's really good. And it may be small, we're just in Queen Creek, but it's like, it's big and it's meaningful, and it's because of all of you that I get to be able to come and do this. And Quentin and I talk about it all the time. Quentin's so cool because he's always like, man, we've got a really awesome life, and it's like so true. And it's because we get to associate with the most amazing people every day. So give that to as many people as you can. That's how we make the world a better place. It makes all the crappiness go away. It makes the bad people and the storms and the discontent and the anger and the sadness and all of those things go away when we give away good things, which is love and light to others. Okay? It's not as hard as you think, even when you're really mad at them. Okay. All right. Everybody have a great night. I will see you next week. Do we have anything coming up this weekend, Quentin? Oh, the Goddess Circle is this Friday.
No, next week.
Next week. Oh, sorry. Don't listen to me. It's not on the calendar. I really screwed up. So you'll have to look on the website or look on the thing.
Kids yoga.
Kids yoga and Reiki share is this Saturday. So, all right, everybody. Have a great week. I'll see you next week. Thank you. What's that?
On Sunday.
What's that? Oh, the Kundalini thing. Oh, that's going to be so good. So there's going to be live music in Kundalini. So, yeah. So she's going to be doing almost like a whole like live music-y. I don't know if they're going to be doing kirtan, but I know they're going to be doing mantra, and they're going to be doing a whole bunch of things, and they've got a whole bunch of, music going, and you're going to be doing Kundalini. So please come. It's this Sunday. What time? Thank you, honey. Something like that. That's on the calendar for sure. Okay. All right, you guys, we'll see you next week. Go ahead and leave your stuff. It's fine, and we'll see you next week.